Hey guys, welcome back to Tools on a Budget. Today I'm just gonna give you guys a little kind of like a review of the whole Hercules line in general, of at least of what I have here. So for starters, I'm gonna tell you guys like if I like the good things about them, and then also the things I don't like about these things. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start here with this light. I believe this light goes for like $18. And when they have the 30% off, you get it for like 14 bucks. Not bad. It's a pretty good little light. The usefulness is, I mean, it's a light. I mean, the battery lasts quite a bit. I think I've gone days without even charging the little 2.5 amp hour battery. Overall, I like this battery. I mean, this light quite a bit, especially for the price. Something from Milwaukee would probably be like twice as much, or probably even 3 times. You could probably get 3 of these for the price of one. And I mean, it's just a light, so it's not like, you know. Longevity, I've used it for about 6 months. I don't know how long this light will last. I did get the extended warranty, so if it does fail within the 2 years, I'll go get another one. All right, so that's that one. This is the 12-volt drill. Honestly, it's a pretty good little drill. I do notice if you push it pretty hard, it does start slowing down. It doesn't like it. It does start to smell a little bit burnt, but yeah, use the right tool for the right job. Is basically what I'm saying. This one, it's pretty strong. I would probably rate it. It's probably like a little bit weaker than the Milwaukee brushed 12-volt. Can't really compare it to the Fuel. Overall, it's a good little drill. Battery lasts quite a bit. Once again, if you are doing something intensive, like stuff that you shouldn't be doing with such a small drill, like inch and a quarter spade bit, then yeah, you are going to drain the battery really quick. This is the 12-volt impact driver. Great little tool. I do believe this has about the same power as their wrench. The only difference would probably be just this. Instead of having to call it, it would have the 3/8 impact wrench. I forgot what they're called. The anvil. Sorry. Yeah. This is the first gen. This would be what consider their second gen after they changed their design a little bit. Internally they're identical. I've opened up both, and they both have the same type of the same little mortar. Everything looks exactly the same, except looks like they went ahead and changed their body molding. Maybe it had something to do with getting like sued by DeWalt or something. Overall, for the price, this is a great tool. All right, here's the impact wrench, the 3/8. I don't have a 1/4 inch for this one. Really don't see a need to. If it's 1/4 inch, you could get it off with the ratchets, and these will fit in more places than this will. But I use this one quite a bit. This is actually my second one. The first one had problems with the hog ring, so it got to a point where it just got, the sockets wouldn't fit on there, so I went ahead and got it warrantied out. But everything else worked. Like the motor was fine. No issues with that at all. And the anvil issues, I've had a lot of anvil issues with, DeWalt, Makita, even Milwaukee, so I'm not gonna go ahead and blame it for that. It's just, I noticed that these hog rings are a little bit cheaper quality than most. But apart from that, it's a great little tool. It still works. I've dropped this in transmission oil, and it still, as soon as I clean it up and dry it up, works like new again. I mean, I'm sure it'll work even when it's wet, but I don't want to risk getting it all, getting transmission oil all the way inside the gears and stuff. I don't think it would hurt it, but just in case. Here's their heat gun. So the best thing about this heat gun is that it uses a battery. You get about 10 minutes worth of heat with the 5 amp hour battery. It comes with like some little covers here to focus the heat, but those things are horrible. In fact, when you put them on, they just, as soon as you get into this angle, they just slip off. I've tried even like pinching them and they slip on. It feels like they have friction when you put them on, but once again, as soon as you do this and with the blower motor, when it's blowing the air, it just shoots it out. So that's a design flaw, I think. Or I mean, ideally it's still just the cheapest heat gun you could probably buy. That's a 20 volt. I mean, maybe there's cheaper ones, but this one's actually, I mean, I like it. It's pretty good. But once again, you only get about 10 minutes with this 5 amp. I've never used it with a 2.5, but I'm guessing it would probably blow through in about like 3 minutes. Just from, usually you get a lot more from these 5 amps, even though it's double. You actually sometimes get it more than double. For high demand, you usually get more than double than the 2.5 amp would. But overall, great tool. I do recommend that one. This is the 20 volt impact driver. This is their first gen, like I said, the first ones that came out. I've had this one, I want to say 2 years, probably going on 3. Great little tool. As you can see, a lot of wear. I tried cleaning it up a bit to make it look nice, but it's pretty busted. But it's very strong. I would consider this in line with like the M18, the brushed version. I would consider it around the same power. I have taken this one apart as well, and the internals look pretty good. It does use a dual brush setup. A lot of the like the DeWalt, Makita, and Milwaukee use the 4-brush setup, and 2 brushes is not necessarily bad. The Hiltis, which are high-end tools, they also use a dual brush design. I know a guy named Ave took one of these apart and said he didn't like that it only had 2 brushes, but at the same time he likes Hilti, and it also they use 2 brushes as well. So I don't know, that's a little one-sided. One of my pet peeves with this is whenever you insert stuff in this collet, it kind of like it pulls up and gets binded when you're impacting a little too hard. So you're gonna have trouble removing whatever's inside the collet. Another thing, I wouldn't say a bad thing, is this thing. Maybe it's because of the power. The 2.5 amp ones, it drains them pretty quick, especially when you're impacting. You can go through these 2.5s real quick. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I think that's pretty much every tool under stress. It pulls a lot more energy. But overall, this is a great tool. I put this thing through hell and back, and it's still running. In fact, it's quite sticky right now because it had oil on it. I did try to clean it off, but it didn't come off completely. Yeah, but yeah, this is a great tool. And they're newer. Here's their newer 3/8. I do have the 1/2 inch, but I left that one at work, so this is what I have here. And this isn't all my tools necessarily. Just so you guys know, I do have more. They're just not here. Yeah, this one I've used it quite a bit as well. This one does have a few issues I do not like. First of all, whenever considering this is it's kind of new, it already drops whenever I put like a socket on there and I face it down, there's like a 30 to 50% chance it's gonna fall off. That's one thing, but it does feel like it engages when it does pop in, but for some reason, like as soon as you face down, it just falls off. In fact, let me see if I could. It mostly does it with maybe it's the weight for the extensions, but I don't have that problem with some of my other ones. So, and another thing is like it's really hard to put it in. Like the hog ring is probably a little oversized, and you do struggle, which is kind of weird that it falls out at the same time. See, so it is in there, but it does slide out. See, pretty easily. Like, it just slides out easily. So that's one of my pet peeves. Another one is another one I really hate is when I'm impacting. Sometimes I just like to slowly impact like this, like just slowly hit the trigger a few times. But it doesn't seem to like that. As soon as you do that, and it feels there's a resistance, so like it needs to impact, the light will flash, and you have to wait a few seconds, and then you have to fully give it throttle. You can't just like maneuver it by the trigger easily. So that's another thing I don't like. Basically, it's like it's like load protection, I think. But you know, I'm not used to that with other brands. So, but other than those little pet peeves, it is a good tool. You can do lug nuts easily with this, no problem. It's pretty strong, and for the price, I think this is one of the best deals under $100. So I do recommend that one. Just if you can get over those pet peeves, you'll probably be fine. Maybe I got a defective hog ring. I don't know. The 1/2-inch one's a little better. That's why I have that one over there. That one doesn't seem to drop him. It could just be the 3/8. Whoever supplies their 3/8 hog rings, they have an issue with them maybe. The battery life is great on this being brushless. It even lasts longer than that regular impact driver. Here is the 12-volt. What is this, like the battery adapter, so you can charge your phone. This is a great little tool. It only charges your phone about once with one of these batteries. I don't know if that's just loss of power or something. It says the what do you call it? The advertising did say it would charge your phone about 2.5 times, and an iPad about once. Also, if you leave this plugged into the battery overnight or over 2 nights, it does have a vampiric draw, so be aware of that. If you do leave this plugged in over time, when you do go and need them, the batteries are going to be dead. Same with this one. I think most even like the Milwaukee ones do that. They just every USB port for like a power source, they all like have a vampiric draw. So do be aware of that. So if you just leave it plugged in and you say, oh, my battery's fully charged, I'm gonna go ahead and go camping or whatever in a couple weeks, and if you do leave it on, by the time you do go, they're gonna be dead. This one's a little better. I think this one I can charge my phone about 3 times, and they do have both of them do have 2 outlets. I mean, these are both good, especially for the price. I think this one was like $14 and this one was like $17. So and then if you use the 30% off, you can get me way cheaper, especially if you're an ITC member. But yeah, these are actually pretty good. And then let's move on to this light. This is their other 18-volt light. This is more of a like a floodlight type. I do like this hook. It's like a rafter hook. I do use this a lot. I like this one a lot better than that one. The battery lasts a lot too on this one. I want to say like 2 days with the 2.5 amp hour easily. I don't even have to charge it. I just do it out of more out of habit than needing to. All right, so now these ratchets. These things are probably my favorite ratchet. Cordless ratchet. I like them so much. I have 2 sets of these. So I just got these probably like last month. They had a sale when they were like $89 or like $99. I forgot. I have to double check. But I went ahead and bought 2 new ones. These are great though. My favorite ratchets, honestly. I like these better than the Milwaukee, just because of the way the trigger is. The trigger really, I really like the trigger. I use these at work all the time. I do have a Milwaukee Fuel. If these won't do it, the Milwaukee one will, but these will mostly do everything, you know. And if not, you can just loosen it up. These are great. I can't even say. They do have a little annoyances, but it's nothing really, nothing specific to the actual tool. It's more of the first one. One of the first ones I got of these, the shorter one. It would kind of bind up a little, but that one was probably defective because I went ahead and replaced it and haven't had an issue since. When you'd be going in reverse, it would lock up and the battery would flash. Like I said, that's probably just something that came defective on that one. These long ones, I have the two other ones I have, great. I do have a review coming up for them. I will bring the other ones. They've been used quite a bit. They're a lot more beat up than these, but for 89 bucks, I decided to go ahead and get two new ones, 1/4 inch and 3/8. Like these so much. Great tools. Haven't had any issues with them yet. If you use them how you're supposed to use them, you shouldn't have any issues. If you are using them for like lug nuts and stuff, yeah, you're gonna break the neck off pretty quick. But I've dropped these not this particular set, but the ones I use at work. So these ones will be for home whenever I do need them, or if I break one of the other ones, I could take one of these quickly. But yeah, I do highly recommend these. Favorite ratchets, hands down. One of the smallest profile heads. They're not as strong as like a Brute or something from Snap-on, you know. Those are a lot stronger, but then you're also getting up there in price. You could buy 4 or 5 of these for the price of one of those. Okay. This is the Hercules Sawzall. Haven't used it too much, honestly. Well, the times I do use it, it is pretty strong. It feels like I'm using like a Milwaukee Sawzall. It's strong. The only thing, it does have more vibration in the motor, not being brushless. This is the brush one. They came out with the new brushless one. I'm pretty sure that one's a little better, but this one was fine. I got it on eBay for like $60, and it came with a battery, so I was like, might as well take it. And I mean, it does what it's supposed to. I use it like trim tree branches and stuff, and I've even cut a few metal pipes with it, like copper pipes and stuff like that. I mean, it works great. It's a Sawzall. It does have a Raptor hook. I mean, like I said, this isn't like a review for everything. I'm just giving you guys like what I think about these tools. And honestly, this is I think Hercules is a great entry level line to get into, especially with all the new stuff coming out. They're gonna be bringing out a 1/2 inch high torque. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that as soon as it gets out. They have like the fans now. They have a lot of the brushless tools. They even have the circular saw. That's gonna be a great tool as well. I mean, it's already out. It's probably good. I haven't tried that one out yet. But yeah, so far I really like the Hercules brand. I think it's a great line if you're, like I said, if you're starting, even if you do like daily work. I think these are great. Just remember, some of these do have their quirks, and they're not gonna be as great as like a Milwaukee or something. But overall, these are great tools. I don't see a problem using these daily. Right now, they don't have anything strong enough for me just to go only Hercules, because I do run into issues doing suspension where they don't. That one doesn't have enough for the 1/2 inch. The 1/2 inch is about the same power. I think the only difference is the anvil. So maybe once they bring out the 1/2 inch, I can try using only Hercules and see how that goes. But right now I do have to use the Milwaukee high torque. Even the mid torque, I prefer using it over this one, just because I don't have to go back and forth so much. Sometimes I'll get this one and I think it'll do the job, but it's not strong enough. But then again, you know, this is more for like your DIY, or I mean, you could get a lot done with this one. It's just it's not a real mid torque. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just a basic impact wrench. You could do your lug nuts. I want to say this will do like 60 to 70% of what you need. But if you have a real mid torque, you go up to like 90, 95%, and then for that last 5 to 10%, you are going to need that high torque or something beefy when those nuts are really stuck on there. Once that high torque comes out, I can't wait to test that one out and see how that one runs. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about any of these tools, go ahead and ask me in the comments. Don't forget, if you like this video, to leave a thumbs up. And if you guys like this type of content, subscribe. Thank you guys and have a great day.